Hi viewers, welcome back to the channel. And for those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Collins. I'm a registered nurse and I'm also a real estate agent. So I've had a few friends reach out to me concerning purchasing their first home. And so I wanted to use this platform to address some of those questions and what the right steps are in purchasing your first home. Without wasting much time, let's delve right into it. First of all, what is your reason for wanting to purchase the home? Are you trying to buy the home because of the sense of pride that comes with home ownership? Or are you trying to purchase the home because you are aware of the tax benefits that comes with being a homeowner? Or perhaps you are aware of the equity that you can build with the home and you use it as a hedge against inflation? Or are you trying to purchase the home because you want to be able to use it for investment and use it for cash flowing? Or maybe you just want to be able to purchase the home and use it as your homestead where you're going to be living in the home. You want to know your reason for wanting to buy first, because that will greatly influence how you go about the whole home buying process. So after you know your reason for wanting to purchase, that will lead you on to the next step in the home buying process, which is the source of funding. Do you have a huge sum of money saved up which you're going to be used to finance the purchase, or you're going to be going through a lender? And just to clarify, if you decide to go through a lender, you still need to be able to come up with the money upfront which will be used for the down payment and the closing cost. So ideally, if you have a huge sum of money saved up, for instance, let's say you have $500,000 in your savings account and you want to make the purchase, the process is pretty much simple. So you just let the seller know of your intent of purchase, and then you just use your liquid cash in your savings account to do the purchase, and everything is done right there, right? However, that is not the case for most people. Most of us are going to be using the lender to do the purchase. So if you are going to be using the lender to do the purchase, you want to make sure you are working with the right people to be able to do that. So the next step in the home buying process is assessing your credit score. And as a first-time home buyer, this is very important because your credit score pretty much determines what interest rate you end up getting. Let's say, for instance, there are two new home buyers, one with a credit score of 750 and the other with a credit score of 620. The one with a credit score of 750 will get a better interest rate compared to the one with a credit score of 620. In addition to the credit score, you also want to know what loan type you are going to be going with. Are you going to be purchasing the home using conventional loan, FHA loan, or a VA loan? If you decide to use conventional loan, then as a first-time home buyer, you want to make sure that your credit score is 620 and above. And for those who want to do either VA or FHA loan, you also want to make sure that at least your credit score is 580 and above. So after considering all these factors, if everything checks out, then you are ready to move on to the next stage in the home buying process, which is how much can you afford. Earlier on, I made mention of you working with the right people if you are going to be using a lender. And one of the parties that you're going to be working with is a brokerage. There are different kinds of brokerages available. We have Keller Williams, we have ESP, and those are just to mention a few. So what the brokerages do is they are going to assign you, the home buyer, a buyer's agent, and the buyer's agent works on your behalf. So the buyer's agent is going to work alongside with you in order to get you a pre-approval letter, and they do this by collecting information on your finances such as your savings account, your income, your debt, and then they are going to generate a pre-approval letter for you. And in the pre-approval letter, it is going to state how much of a home that you can afford. After getting the pre-approval letter, then you are ready to move on to the next stage in the home buying process, which is searching for the homes. Yes, and this is where the buyer's agent comes in handy, because the buyer's agent is going to work in your interest and look out for homes that you specifically tell them to. So you let them know what kind of homes to look out for, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms to look out for, and the good buyer's agent is going to put that into consideration when searching for the home, and they are going to present you multiple homes for you to look out and make a selection. After you pick out your dream home, then you are ready to move on to the next stage in the home buying process, which is making an offer. You are going to present an offer to the seller to let the seller know how much you are willing to pay for the home. And typically, the seller usually receives a lot of offers from other buyers, so sometimes you have to negotiate the offer. During the process of doing the negotiation, you want to make sure that you are sticking within your budget and also staying within the amount that was stated in the pre-approval letter. After your offer is accepted by the seller, then you are ready to move on to the next stage, which is conducting a home inspection. Yes, you can either do this by yourself, but I will highly recommend that you engage the services of a home inspector who will be going to the home to do an inspection on your behalf. During the home inspection phase, if everything checks out right, then you are ready to move on to the next stage in the home buying process. However, if something came up during the home inspection, then you want to remedy that with the seller. For instance, let's say that during the home inspection, it was found out that the water heater tank was not working. You're going to let the seller know and have the seller replace the water heater tank. Or if the seller is not willing to replace the water heater tank, then you're going to have to take out the cost of replacing the water heater tank from the purchase price of the home. The next phase in the home buying process after the inspection is done is the appraisal phase. During the appraisal, a professional is sent to the home to check both the insides and the outsides of the home in order to make sure that the house is actually worth what the seller says it is. The professional appraiser does this by comparing the purchase price of your home with similar properties within a certain radius of where the home is located in order to make sure that your home is actually worth what the seller says it is. After the appraisal is done, then you are ready to move on to the next stage in the home buying process, which is preparing for closing. Before closing, the lender is going to send you final closing disclosures, which will give you an estimate of how much money you are going to be taking to the closing table. And this will include your down payment and the closing cost. The down payment required for purchasing the home is going to vary based on the loan type you go with. Let's say, for instance, if you decide to go with conventional loan or an FHA loan, then you're going to be putting down 3% or 3.5% respectively. However, if you decide to go with a VA loan or a USDA loan, they typically don't require you to make any down payment. The final stage in the home buying process is attending the closing. During this stage, the title company is going to send you the date, time, and location where the closing is going to take place a few days before the closing so that you can adequately prepare for attending the closing. You can attend the closing by yourself or you can go together with your buyer's agent. And on the day of closing, make sure that you go with a government issued ID and whatever form of payment that the title company told you to come with. So there you have it. Those are all the necessary steps that you need to go through as a first-time home buyer. And if you are new to this channel, kindly consider subscribing. I will be sharing some more helpful tips for home buyers, and I will see you in the next video.